Hello, hello, everyone. I am going to share a little bit about the Lifewave patches with you, the one that I got started with, and a few of the others. I'm also going to share with you my story, what got me started on these patches, what I have noticed, and just my full honest opinion on my journey. I started patching in November. So it's been a little less than 90 days, but I have seen some things that I wanted to share with you and then just go over some of the additional patches, which is just some questions that I've just been getting through my Instagram of people just asking, well, which one do I start with? Which one do I do? Do I need more than one? So that's what we're going to get into today, but a little bit of background on how I got started. So I started seeing these pop up on my feed, my Instagram feed back in summer. And I was just a little skeptical and I didn't know a lot about it. And then once I started doing a little bit more research into what it was, how it worked, and just educating myself, I have become a really big proponent of doing your own research. I think there are so many people online these days now that are just saying, like, this is amazing. You have to try it. And people are just blatantly believing them. And while some people you might be able to do that with, I think there are others that are just doing it to make a dollar. And you just have to be careful. And I have experienced this with, unfortunately, a few products this past year. I just kind of blindly believed somebody and tried them, and they didn't pan out to be exactly what I had hoped. So, I have just been really deep diving into things that I want to try. And how I kind of got on that boat is I had a really bad case of the flu back in March. And honestly, even before that, postpartum was really hard for me. Postpartum was hard in the sense that I really struggled with like anxiety and just not ever feeling like I was getting back into my own body and really getting into a groove. And it was just really tough. And I have found that getting back to the place that I had my health at prior to having my son, which I felt incredible. I felt like I looked the best I had ever looked. I really felt amazing. And I haven't been able to get back there. And I know it takes time postpartum, but it's been 3 years. And something inside of me was just like, okay, I think I need to look a little bit deeper into what's going on. And I did labs, I did all of the things. And so I know what was wrong, but I kept trying all of the supplements. I kept trying all the protocols. I kept trying the detoxes and the cleanses, and nothing was really helping me get over this hump. And so I saw these patches being talked about. I saw a mom talk about how it really helped her with her postpartum journey. And I was like, what the hell? I'm just going to give it a shot. I am already a guinea pig all of the time. Like, I try so many things. It's just my nature. It is the field that I'm in. I mean, I'm a nutritionist. If you're new to me, I am a holistic nutritionist. I've been doing this for almost 7 years. And so I try things all the time. And I was just like, what the hell? Let's give it a shot. And so I patched myself in November. And the very first day that I patched myself, I did feel not great. And they say that can happen. And so I was like, shoot, okay, let's see how this goes. I stopped the patch for a few days. I started patching on the 9th, and I didn't pick back up until the 11th because I just wanted to feel better. We were also going on vacation. I just didn't want to feel crappy. So my first patch was on the 9th. I took a little bit of a break, and then I patched again on the 11th. I didn't have any type of reaction. And then I have just been patching every day ever since. And I will say that I noticed on the days I would forget to patch or I just wouldn't, I would notice a difference. And it's these slight subtle differences um, that over these last like 12-ish weeks, I have finally started to pick up on, like, not being so like having my if you have a toddler, sometimes you're just like, "Oh my gosh, like stop touching me, stop asking me for another snack." Like, you just snap. And I find I have felt a lot more patient. So that was number one. Number two are my aches and my pains, and really my workout recovery. That is where I would constantly see how Not back to normal I was postpartum. I would start working out, get a good routine working, and I would instantly get sick. And that is a sign from your body that you have too much inflammation going on and it's not even able to handle the inflammation coming from exercise, albeit good inflammation, it's not able to handle it. And so I I just I didn't know what to do. I'm like, gosh, I want to work out. I feel the need to work out, but my body can't handle it. And so I noticed that with using, I started with the X39 patch. Where is it? This one, the X39. And so that something, so aches and pains, sleep. Holy moly, my sleep has gotten so much better, and I can confirm this through my Aura ring. I don't have it on right now, but I wear it at night, and I had the deepest sleep I have had, the longest amount of REM out, like minutes and hours. It was, and I was like, oh my God, this is what a good night's sleep feels like. I feel like a new human. Um, and then dreaming. I've also had crazy dreams, not necessarily on this. I'll talk about another patch that I started. And the first night I did that, I was blown away. Um, so doing X39, those are what I saw. And so I was talking to, like, my dad has really bad knee pain. He needs a knee replacement. He's not getting one just yet because of insurance purposes, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, he had also just had knee surgery and they recommended doing this like PRP technique, saying that would help his pain, and it actually ended up making it so much worse, and just not really being what they said it was going to be. I was like, just try this patch. So I gave him some patches. I think he was patching for like 2 to 3 days, and then he saw me and was like, I don't want to say this, but I think they're working. And so I was like, I believe it. And the way these patches work is it's utilizing your body's own light, AKA your own heat. So if you ever look through like night vision goggles, you can see a human because of the heat and the light that they reflect. We are all light beings, plain and simple. And so the inventor of this put very specific structures into these patches, and each patch has a different frequency that reflects back into you. And so this one specifically helps stimulate a peptide in your body called copper peptide. It is a phenomenal anti-aging, age reversing peptide. It is true. I mean, just go to PubMed, search PubMed, you will see a ton of research around it. Copper peptide in turn helps to stimulate and reawaken your body's own stem cells. And your stem cells can go throughout your entire body and help to repair and rejuvenate whatever needs to be repaired and rejuvenated. And so I had him do this. He said his knees started to feel good, and he wanted to keep patching. I then gave it to a girlfriend who had really bad sciatica pain. She had tried everything. She was in a ton of pain. She could barely sit when I first saw her. I gave her one patch. I was like, this is all I have. Try this patch. She put it on the next day, texted me and said, I woke up in no pain. I was like, I believe it. And so those types of testimonials just truly speak volumes. And I knew I just knew I wanted to share more about this. And so this is the X39. This is the very first patch I ever did. This is the first patch that they recommend everybody get started on. And then you can always layer on your patches, which I'll talk about in a moment. But this is the one to start with. If you're like, I don't know where to begin, this is the one you want to start with. They have different options. You can purchase just as a regular retail customer. It's $149 for 30-day supply. So one sleeve is a 30-day supply. You get 30 patches. You put one on first thing in the morning. You wear it for 12 hours. You take it off before you go to bed. You throw it away. You put the next one on the next day. And it's just doing what it's supposed to do as you wear it. That is X39. Okay. So, and they say you're supposed to wear the patch 1 month for every decade you've been alive. So I'm going to be 35 in March. So I am excited because I am coming up on that 30-day mark. Or I'm sorry, 90-day mark, 3-month mark. And that is where you really start to see the improvements. Also, the 90-day mark or 3-month mark is where you start to really see improved collagen production with this patch specifically, which was one of the perks that I was really interested in. And I feel like my skin looks pretty dang good if I do say so myself. And it's been something I've been trying to work on. So, um, that is X39. So after X39, I then started using this one. This is a night patch. This is called Alavita. This is a patch that stimulates the epithalamine peptide in your pineal gland. And you can look up, Google any of these peptides, and you will see the incredible benefits that these do for your body. This they market as their skin and anti-aging patch, but it is so much more. It is amazing for cognition, for your brain health. It's amazing for your hair, skin, and nails, very much so. And also, if you look up PubMed and look up epithalamine, they have shown that that specific peptide can increase your lifespan by 30 to 40 years, which is huge. 30 to 40 years. That's insane. And this is on PubMed. This is not just like some willy-nilly study that's like this company came out with. It's completely separate on PubMed. They also have, we do have studies. And if you're interested in those, just reach out to me and I can send them to you for every single patch. And we can show and prove that they do what they say they do. These also all have patents, and patents are not easy to come by. You have to prove that they are doing what they say they are doing in order to get a patent. So yeah, this is the patch that I put on. And the very first night I had the most vivid dream I have ever had in my life. And it was a good dream. It was such a good dream, and it was vivid, and I could literally see, like, feel like I was there. It was incredible. Like, if I could have dreams like that every single night, sign me up. So I just started doing this one about 2 weeks ago. I'm still doing this one during the day, and then I do this one at night. Same thing. I take my X39 off. I put this one on. You can put it on the back of your neck. You can put it below your belly button. Some people actually put it like directly on the spots of their skin that they're trying to improve. So like age spots, wrinkles, that kind of thing. Some people do that. But yeah, that is the Alavita patch. Fair warning, my son is sleeping. He might wake up and he might run in here. So anyways. Next is the Eon patch. This was actually the #1 selling patch before X39 came out. This one is incredible for inflammation. Now, if you are using X39, this is a great tandem patch because if you have a lot of inflammation going on in your body, your stem cells are going to go directly to that inflammation. And so if you are able to put that inflammation out, those stem cells are then going to be able to go to the rest of your body and find where repair needs to happen. So instead of just kind of fighting the fire and keeping it at bay, it's able to actually go to work and start to repair and rejuvenate you and regenerate you. So this is the Eon patch. This is also really great for the nervous system, to help really regulate the nervous system. So if you really struggle with anything in that realm, this is a great one to add on. You can do this one during the day, or you can do this one at night. Then there are, where did the other one go? Oh, here it is. So this one, carnosine and glutathione, these are two antioxidants. So these are two patches that are going to help naturally stimulate these two antioxidants in your body. The patches do not have anything in them. They are not a transdermal patch. There is nothing in the patch that is going into your body. It is simply signaling to your body to produce these on their own. And when you can have your body produce certain peptides, antioxidants naturally, they are so much more powerful than you taking any supplement. So Glutathione and carnosine, these go great in tandem together or separately. Glutathione is your number one top detoxifier. Hi, baby. Come here. Glutathione is the master antioxidant. It's the master detoxifier for your body. It's produced in your liver. People who have MTHFR mutations have a much harder time producing glutathione. You want to say hi? They have a much harder time producing glutathione. Carnosine is really great for muscle building. It's great for brain health. This is also an antioxidant that works wonders. Again, you compare them together, you can do them separately. But again, these are like next level. If you are just looking to get started and try this out and see if you notice anything, X39 is what you want to start with. Okay. And I can also help walk you through things. I know it can be a lot, but I know for myself, I like to know and learn about everything up front and then make my own decisions on what I want to get started with. So that's what I am. That's why I'm going to go through all of these. You can also get all three of these, the carnosine, glutathione, and Eon in a pack. So it's called the Y-Age system, I think. And you can get all three of these together. The last one I have is the energy enhancer. This is the very first patch that our inventor, David Schmidt, created. He actually created this for the Navy SEALs to start wearing when they were in submarines for 30 to 60 hours at a time, and they had to stay awake. A lot of them were on not so great substances that helped keep them awake, and they needed to find an alternative way for them to stay awake. He invented this for them. After he left that job at the DoD, he then started working with an Olympic coach who started using it on his swimmers. And I believe it was like 6 out of the 8 swimmers that he patched, 6 of them beat their personal record the very first time they wore this patch. And I believe one of them beat the world record the very first time they wore this patch. How this patch works, this is not a peptide. This is not increasing an antioxidant. This is working with your body's polarity and your body's energy like flow. So this is an incredibly powerful patch. This is also really good for lymphatic drainage and lymphatic emptying because it helps with that energy polarity of the body, the energy systems of the body, and just all of that good stuff. So that is the energy enhancer. They also have one called X49, which is a great pairing with X39. X49 is kind of like that next step up from X39. It is a great like pair together. That one is really great for cardiovascular health, brain health, stamina, endurance. It is phenomenal. And then they do also have a sleep one called Silent Nights. And I think that is it. So those are all of the other patches. But again, starting with X39, this is going to instantly, the second you put that patch on, it is going to start waking up dormant stem cells in your body. By the time you hit 30, I don't remember the percentage off the top of my head, but I want to say it's like, I can't even remember the percentage when you were 30, but by the time you hit 60, only 10% of your stem cells are online. And so by patching and using the X39 patch, you are literally helping to anti-age. So I just know what has done for me. I have seen, like I said, the testimonials with my dad and with my friend. I am starting to hand these out to all of my other friends and family. But I have noticed such a difference. I feel more motivated to get things done, more motivated to do projects around the house, organize the pantry, actually fold and put away all of the laundry, actually get up and get ready and put myself together. Those were all things that I really like didn't care about. I just had very low motivation. And I feel like with this patch, I have really found that motivation again. I feel great even on the nights where we don't get the greatest sleep or we wake up super early. I feel like I can get through the day. Um, so you really have nothing to lose. There are no contraindications with using this patch. So you really truly have nothing to lose. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You can comment in the comments below this video, or you can reach out to me on Instagram. I am at Detoxing with Danny. I hope that helps. I hope that answers all of your questions, and I will see you guys later. Bye.